It's a lot of torque. What is up, guys? Welcome back. Thank you guys so much for tuning in this weekend. Real quick before we get jumped on today's video, which I am just so pumped about. This is going to be an awesome video, guys. Just real quick, I wanted to say, if you guys are just now tuning in, you've not seen our videos before, please do us all a favor. Go back, check out our other videos. If you like what I'm doing, if you like my content, consider giving us a sub and maybe liking some of the videos. It means the world. We are really, really close to 20,000 subscribers, which feels absolutely crazy to even say that, because when I started this, I remember being like, woo, we got like 300-400 subscribers. I thought that was like life altering. So it's just kind of like living a dream, seeing what it has grown to. And I love you guys. Thank you so much for taking me on this journey. So let's go ahead and let's get cracking on this awesome video today, guys. Shit.
It's been a while since I've done 265.
Holy shit. It's a lot of torque.
It's on! If I could just run this under some hot water.
Get out of my body weight.
Dude, I'm literally having to hold it. It's trying to spin this motherfucker. You're trying to pop a wheelie when you did that.
Listen, kid, I think you'd be more comfortable over at that place.
Weenie Hut Juniors!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are finally here. Been waiting for this day for a hot minute. We finally have to the right of me, the engine for the Harley truck. Finally, I know. Just gonna sit down real quick and briefly go through everything that's done to this long block. That way that just covers all the bases on it. So, 20 mil block and heads. We have a fully ground polished crank in this, just your basic machine shop stuff. Fully balanced. We have River City Diesel's ARP shouldered crank adapter bolts in the adapter here. Both the crank gear, cam gear, and the tone ring are all TIG welded. We have in the bottom end a set of River City Diesel billet connecting rods. They're a little bit older, but they were brand new. Mr. Doan, the Gnomeo, had them, and we picked those up from him. Worked out perfectly that way. We have a set of River City Diesel tool steel wrist pins, a set of Warren fly cut and coated and de-lipped pistons. The bottom end is main studded and line honed as well. Yeah, the oil pan was kind of a pain. I didn't get to do much videoing on that. Randy had to do quite a bit of clearancing on the upper oil pan for the main studs. There's two that hit the actual upper oil pan when they're not clearanced. So he took care of that. We have a set of Johnson premium lifters, actually the blue box actual Johnson lifters. A set of Manton push rods, River City Diesel tool steel valve bridges, a set of ARP 625 plus head studs. We went through and put all brand new rocker arm assemblies from Ford in it. Those things are pretty sweet. I didn't realize they had been updated at some point during the years, and they have cool new oiling holes drilled into all the rocker arms, so I think that's pretty sweet. So all the rocker arms are brand new all the way across. Randy, if you're seeing how shiny it is, Randy actually blasts it, primes it, it gets black tractor enamel and cleared. That's just something he does for me. It looks really, really slick. We are running a fluid dampener, so we have a set of ARP crank harmonic balancer bolts. All this stuff is just here right now because it's what went for balancing. Over here on the table, which I'll show later, we have a billet ATS flywheel that was balanced to the crank as well. All the bearings in the bottom end are coated. It's got a Colt Stage 2 cam in it. I've had that. It come out of the black truck. I've had it for years. So we stabbed it in this. I really think that's about it. Go on the cylinder heads. The cylinder heads are ported, polished, the whole 9 yards that Randy does of those. They have black nitrile valves all the way across intake and exhaust. They are ringed. And that's really about the gist of the heads. We have a set of Kill Devil 120 PSI valve springs. Yeah. Ford factory head gaskets you guys saw me slap those on. I'm very, very anal about that. All gaskets I like to come directly from the dealership. So on my head gaskets, I always use the actual blue OEM head gaskets. I'm very, very strict about that. So I think that really about covers the long block for the most part. I'm sure I'm probably forgetting a few small things, but nothing crazy. We're pretty much 100% ready to make some power. I have no doubt that this thing is going to stay together, and we didn't spare any expense. So the rest of this video is going to be me putting what we have together. It may be a 2-part video because I don't have everything here right now. But yeah, we can at least go ahead and over the next 2 videos, go ahead and get it stabbed in the truck, which is the main goal. But obviously everything needs to go and get dressed, and we have all our pretty ARP hardware sitting behind me that we're going to get to put on this, so it should really make it pop, as well as we have the valve covers and everything you'll see as we go through this video. But I wanted to go ahead and sit down and go over the long block and everything that we put into it. And once again, I cannot stress enough that Randy, Matt, and Cody at True Cylinder, local to me, they do not mess around. They are the guys when it comes to machine work. Like, absolutely no joke about it, and I can sleep easy knowing that this thing is going to make some serious power and I don't have to worry about it. Yeah, I think that's it, guys. So let's go ahead and let's actually start putting this thing together. All right, guys, I wanted to do a super quick close-up, kind of show a little bit of everything I was just referencing. Go through our rocker holes here. You can see our River City tool steel valve bridges, 120 PSI valve spring or pound valve springs from Kill Devil. 625 studs. Yes, I clean all the lube off my bottom ones. I like everything being clean. The rest of these don't matter. Manton push rods. These are the oiling holes I was referencing. It's pretty cool. I really like that. They're also a little bit thicker than 6-liter rocker arms that come out of this engine. Moving on to the back here, you can see our welded cam. You can't see that, but you can see the River City shouldered crank adapter bolts. I did see a post where somebody had actually fretted that, and it kind of caused an out of time issue. So something I saw and it worried me, so I bought them. In here, you can see our Johnson Premium USA lifters with our Colt Stage 2 cam. Same thing on this side. Yeah, really nice stuff. See how good of a job Randy does on painting this thing. Just, oh my God, super slick. Yeah, kills it. Absolutely kills it. You can see my reflection. Look at that. Look at that. Beautiful. Just killed it. This oil pan is not staying. This was just for transporting from the shop over to my shop. But yeah, I've got some separate videos that I'll throw in here that you may have already seen, where we show the rods and all that good stuff while we're assembling, as well as our nice pretty coated pistons from Warren. But we've pretty much got 90% of stuff to get this thing really dressed. Over here, I've talked about it in our last video, but we have our stuff back from Ceramic Coat, both of our hot sides, both of our gated headers, as well as the dump tubes for the gates. So we'll go ahead and get these slapped on. This is for blocking off the lower hose off your degas bottle. So that we do not need because we're not running one. So this is a cool little plug to block that guy off. But I have waited for this day for what seems like an eternity. And I know it doesn't really look like it, but I'm like jumping for joy. Like, I'm just so happy to get rolling on this thing, guys, and taking you guys along with me. This is the first personal 6-liter build that I've got to bring you guys along with me for, because my black and tan truck was already put together whenever I started the YouTube channel. So to actually get to do this with you guys, like, I'm just, I don't know, just super happy, guys. I really like taking you guys on these journeys with me. I know a lot of you really like the informative stuff, but this is really what I love to do as part of the YouTube, is, you know, my own stuff. But yeah, God, that paint is just, man, you ain't getting that from nowhere else. I'm sorry, you're not. Randy just smokes it, boys. Beautiful. These are not brand new, if anybody was wondering. Randy actually takes these. Also, big shout out to Adam, the Dome Gnome. He always has stuff like that laying around. And we needed a set of 20 millimeter rocker boxes because they are different from 18 to 20 millimeter. And he had those sitting over at the shop, and he gave those to us. And Randy actually goes through and it's like a media blast. And he goes through and media blasts them, and they look brand new. So really, really big thanks to Adam and Randy for making that just really come together nicely. I was gonna polish them, but I don't know why. I just really, really like how clean they look. Like, it's just really, I don't know, just really pops for me. And then our polished valve covers going on is really gonna just tie it all together, I think. You guys know how anal I am and how much I like things to look pretty. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and quit babbling about this thing, and we're gonna actually start throwing some parts on it. Okay, one last thing before we get going. I also wanted to show that I went through and also drilled every single valve cover bolt out and Healy coiled every single one of them. I do believe that it is going to be one of the things that I start doing on every single job, head stud job, just because I've not had one that I didn't fix. But just going ahead and doing all of them at one time, that way you just never have to worry about it again. I don't know. I just kind of like that. And I think that's one of the things we're going to start doing. But I did want to talk about that real quick because that did take me quite a bit of time yesterday getting that done so we could get everything slapped on. Yeah. Did you guys also watch me like straight struggle bus with the 625 studs here? I don't know if it's where I lost all that weight or what it is, but those things absolutely whooped my ass. I was basically doing pull-ups on them, trying to get them to torque. So once we get it in the truck here, I'm actually going to go ahead and recheck all of them now that once it's settled and everything, where I can actually get a good singe on them. But yeah, just wanted to really point that out, that we were a part of the Weenie Hut Junior right there trying to torque these things. So let's get going, guys. We are going to go ahead and go over what we got laid out here. Don't mind that. That's some polishing stuff I'm going to get into on some different parts on this thing. But got our flywheel bolts, fluid damper bolts, billet flywheel, and all of our ARP hardware all laid out. Going to go ahead and get front cover slapped on. Got the gasket for that. AC bolts. I go over all this on a nice full breakdown post that is on my Facebook and stuff. So you guys can go check that out if you want all your different ARP bolt part numbers, little kit numbers right there. This is all for stainless 12-point ARP hardware. And over there I've got some anti-seize. You want to make sure you use that on these things. They can be a little finicky on wanting to galled up. So just put a little bit of anti-seize on it. I like to use the copper stuff. But went through and thread tapped all of our holes, motor mount holes, exhaust manifold holes. We got our ARP exhaust manifold studs right here. I'm going to get those slapped on here. So I'm going to go ahead and get the gasket thrown in the rear cover and start putting some stuff on this engine. I got my manifold studs here and my copper anti-seize. We're not going to use a whole lot of this stuff. I just want a small, tiny little bit on the threads that are going to go into the block. So maybe about like that. Like I said, I went ahead and thread chase these guys. Just like that. And these are an H3, 3 millimeter Allen plug in the front to get them screwed in. Now, Granite, Blessed, and I think one other company makes these out of titanium, I think, which is cool. I just wanted ARP hardware. It's just personal preference. You guys do whatever you want. I'm just a little picky. It's always a good idea to thread chase all your holes anyway, because that is a surefire way to crack a block. If you have junk in a thread, especially head stud holes, and then you tighten that up, especially torquing it to what some of these things torque to, good way to crack a block. So definitely spend the time, clean your threads up, make everything look nice, guys. Just gonna go till they bottom out. I don't want to, you don't want to put too much on them because you don't want to strip this Allen plug out. Good. And we're just going to go off of, when we actually put these things on, we're just going to go off of ARP's torque preference and look at that, and then also look at what factory torque spec is for everything, and we'll go with whatever is, you know, the closest. If one's a little bit higher, we may use one or the other. I'm not positive yet. Just depends on how I feel. But like, I know these studs will torque to more than what the factory rating is on a factory exhaust manifold bolt, which we're going to go off the ARP preference for that. But like these, I'm just like your head studs, I'm just going to bottom them out, and that'll probably be good enough. Just like that. All right, so I'm going to get my rear cover put on here, and just wanted to stop and show that we're going to want to smear some silicone here and here on our bed plate gaskets for the rear. And I've got genuine international stuff, T442. This stuff's kind of hard to come by. Only comes with some 7.3 stuff from Ford. But if you're close to an international dealer, definitely go pick this stuff up. This is what I really, really like to use, especially on back here on where we don't have any bolts on the back of the high pressure pump cover. So we go ahead and do that and get our rear cover put on. All right, so these guys are calling for 18 foot-pounds on the rear cover here. I'm just gonna kind of start around my dowels, go cross pattern. A little extra on that one. Go back and double check all of them. Beautiful. Went ahead and real quick had some nice new block plugs that I had laying around. Don't know why I had them, but went ahead and threw them in there. I don't know. I know you'll never see them, but oh well. It's a nice little touch. I like it, and that's all there is to it. So rear cover is on. I'm gonna go ahead and get our billet flywheel stabbed on here, and then I'll probably go ahead and get our headers put on and tightened down, and then we can move on. Go ahead and put our brand new high pressure pump in, go ahead and assemble our oil cooler, probably go ahead and stab our injectors in, and then we could probably even put our valve covers on. So everything's starting to look really, really good. Also need to get my front cover put on. I'll probably do that next. Same thing with the rear cover. Randy did the nice media blasting, so it looks brand spanking new, by God. And then our nice ARP fasteners. So I reckon the entire engine will be ARP fasteners, just like our white truck. So that'll be cool. But yeah, let's keep going. So we're moving on to our front cover here, and I want to really stress how important it is that you do not forget these two little dowel pins that go in the back. Get those knocked in. That is what centers basically this whole front cover to the front, obviously, but the biggest thing about it is it's, you know, your two dowels are here and here. You know, that's pretty crucial to the oil pump, your low pressure pump, and where it rides. So don't just rely on your bolts to just guide it in. Make sure that you do not forget these. If you pulled your front cover off, replacing it, whatever, these need to be replaced. So, and get those knocked in. Got all our bolts here and hardware ready to put our front cover on the truck. Also, same thing on the front. Bed plate gaskets. Put a little smear of silicone right there when you put that thing on there. This is where I'm really excited to kind of see the different combination come together, I guess you could say. I've always kind of wondered how good the bolts are gonna look, especially on this color. All right, same thing with these guys, 18 foot-pounds. All right, guys, next day here. Got a little tied up there at the end of the day. Ended up just kind of calling it quits and coming back out this morning. But we're going to keep going here. I just wanted to take this quick second to stop, kind of like my own little commercial break right here. But stop and talk about somebody real quick. I know I stress how much I really want to promote my people. My man Craig sent us a super sick banner that come in yesterday, and fixing to get it hung up right there above the white truck. This is a event that we were at last year with him. This is where we met him. Craig runs No Spark Innovations, and I really just wanted to put you guys onto him. He is a wiring guru. That man has some serious skills when it comes to that stuff. Main thing he specializes in is basically standalone, full standalone harnesses for 7.3 Powerstroke. So if you want to put a 7.3 in anything, he personally has a super sick F100 with a 7.3 in it. Absolutely love it. And it's just the quality with his harnesses is just really second to none. Kind of like I say with Randy and all the people that we personally use here. So Craig is one of those people, and really love this banner. So thank you to him. But Craig is one of those people that when we met, it was really just kind of like it's just one of those things like where you meet somebody and it feels like you've known them your entire life. So I'm very lucky to call him my friend. And I really appreciate the banner, but I really wanted you guys to go check him out. Go check out his Instagram. I'll throw that up here real quick. Go check him out. And like I said, if you guys need standalone harnesses, specifically like for a 7.3 swap, definitely go check him out. He is the absolute man when it comes to that stuff. Nobody else should be even remotely getting your business. My man Craig nails it. So go check him out, guys. I'm sure if he does other things, I'd really like him to move down here. I really want to start doing stuff with him. So, but yeah. So I just wanted to stop and talk about him real quick. Craig is the dude, and we are going to go ahead and get jumped back on the engine now. So go check him out, guys. Let's keep going. One last thing on my man Craig here. All you guys that blow me up about my no, it's not an effing Cummins shirt, that comes from my man Craig at No Spark Innovations. So if you guys really want that shirt, go hit my boy up. And even if you don't buy a harness, you could at least buy a t-shirt. So go check my man out. Let's get back to work, guys. All right, guys, next thing we're doing is going to get our nice Warren diesel billet low pressure oil pump all lubed up and stabbed in the front cover, and then get our front main seal installed into our cover here, and get that all slapped on. And then we'll go ahead and got our fluid damper as well as our friction washer here, so we'll go ahead and get that slapped on. So that's what we're going to do right now. All right, got our fluid damper, got our friction washer. Go ahead and get slapped on. That's probably going to be a pain in the ass. Oh yeah, for sure. Okay. There we go. Just had the little finesse. There we go. As well as our ARP crank adapter bolts, our harmonic balancer bolts here. All right, how about that? How about that? All right, go ahead and snug those up here. All right, so I'm just gonna snug these guys up with my 3/8 ratchet here, and then once we get it kind of where we have the flywheel and everything on can hold it and have another helping hand. We'll go ahead and torque these. Moving on to the back flywheel here. I'm gonna go ahead and get this guy slapped on here. Our ARP bolts here, we're gonna have to use some Loctite. So I'm gonna put a little bit of ARP lube up underneath the washer here, nothing crazy. And then Loctite our threads. All right, same thing, just gonna run these guys in with my battery ratchet. Spec on these is 44 and then 70. You don't have to do the steps, that's just what Ford calls for. ARP just says torque them to 70. But just for saying I did, I'm gonna do the Ford sequence. We'll give mine just a little extra and go to 75. I'm gonna see if I can do this by myself. We're gonna torque the balancer here. It's a little awkward, but can be done. Yeah, that's good for the torque wrench to make sure to smack the shit out of the generator. Really keeps it calibrated. All right. All right. Beautiful. Voila. Okie dokie, we're gonna go ahead and get all of our glow sticks stabbed in here. You need to make sure that you get the right ones for your year. These 05 up trucks take a ZD32. Early models take a ZD31, I believe. These guys ain't got to be crazy tight. I think factory torque spec's only like 8 foot-pounds. I like to just snug them with my 1/4 inch ratchet. Little fun fact, we did not run glow plugs on our black and tan truck, and it did not start worth a shit at really any temperature. So with this one being more of a street truck like we've talked about, definitely going to be keeping some glow plugs in this thing. Moving on, I'm going to go ahead and get our gated headers put on. This is the only non OEM Ford gasket that's going to be on this engine. These are from Mall, which is perfectly fine to use, but only reason I'm using these is because these came with the headers, and I think the reason that our headers had an issue on the white truck was because I changed the graphite gasket to one of these MLS gaskets, and I think that doesn't work. So I'm just going to use what came with the headers. There we go. Look at that. That's a lot better. Ought to act like a professional, huh? What type of rookie mistake was that? Shoo. Them sures is pretties. Okay, so factory spec on these is 28 foot-pounds. ARP calls for 22 foot-pounds. I'm going to test my luck and go with the factory torque spec for the exhaust manifolds, which is 28 foot-pounds. And you want to make sure we're going in a crisscross pattern here. So just like you're torquing your head, I'll probably go down here, up here, back over, back down, you know, just like that. All right, guys, since I'm already kind of in this area, I'm gonna go ahead and do my motor mounts. Yes, we do have ARP hardware for them. Just so you guys, I know this is kind of confusing a little bit. Your motor mount that says left up, that's going to be your driver's side. I know that can kind of be a little confusing. So we're going to go ahead and get these slapped on. That actually matches pretty well. I painted those myself, so not too shabby. Same deal. I'm going to do a little bit of anti-seize on these bolts. We're just gonna run these guys in. God, isn't that just satisfying how smooth that is? Make sure you guys go through and thread tap your holes. That right there is just worth it in the satisfaction of just how smooth they go in. Didn't even bind up the 1/4-inch ratchet. All right, spec on these is 60 foot-pounds. What's up with me and over torquing stuff today? It's like everything we've done, I've done at least one. Oh God, 2. That'd be all right. A little extra love is not gonna hurt nothing. As I snap a bolt. Always lube your O-rings, people. May not be able to run a washer on this one. Oh, maybe. Oh yeah, we're golden. Like a glove. Continuing on with sealing everything up. I'm gonna go ahead and probably get my injector stabbed in here. Got 8 brand new crabs here. Now we have our, I can do it right there. Yeah. Got our 430, 150, 7mm premiums here. Let's go ahead and get them all unbaggied and everything, and let's start putting these bad boys in. All right, now we got our nice high flow standpipes from Warren. Get stabbed in here. I want these O-rings to be vigorously lubed. Man, what a word. I want to make sure they are nice and lubed up, guys. Don't want to rip an O-ring. All right, let's move on here. Let's get ready to put our new pump in this bad girl. Start with our O-rings here. Now we got our brand new high pressure pump. Make sure we got everything. Oh yeah, we're golden. Just want to kind of get these all started by hand. And then we can put them down with the ratchet. Do our branch tube. Oops. Headed bolts or T45s are going to torque to 23 foot-pounds. And then we will tighten our STC fitting bolts. Wow, we managed not to over torque any of those. All right, so I'm just gonna put a 1/4 inch ratchet on our STC fitting 8 millimeters and just get them snug. They don't torque to about 120 inch-pounds. All right, ready to put our cover on here. I'm gonna go ahead and get me a nice thin layer of silicone on the back of the rear cover here. Does not need to be anything extravagant by any means. Just a nice thin layer. I like to kind of smash it in a little bit on the joints between the block itself and the rear cover. Okay. Alrighty, I'm gonna go ahead since I'm right here, and looks like it's gonna be a pain to get this in and out with the wastegate. I'm gonna go ahead and put our genuine OEM 6.7 Powerstroke starter in. Boys, I don't think it gets any more extra than ARP starter hardware. But my God, does this thing not just look beautiful? Oh, and don't forget ARP cam and crank sensor bolts. That's also pretty extra. But you know what? It's the extra stuff that really makes it mine and just makes it really just pop. And that's okay. I like being extra. We should have been really extra and polished the starter, but I'm not that extra. Now that I say that, I'm probably gonna pull it off. All right, so fixing to probably call it quits for today. We're gonna keep going on this video until the engine is sealed up completely. But our next step is our oil cooler. So I've got my old housing all disassembled and everything. Here is the old housing that I had made to delete the degas bottle. That's just an 8AN bung welded on top, and then that is just welded, cut off and welded shut. So if you guys were curious about that, that's how that is done. But on this one, we are running a S2R O-Dogs, which I'm actually kind of happy about. I think it's going to look a lot cleaner than having this and having an 8AN line that runs down to the front cover. So now, because we're running an S2R and not a degas bottle, we get to just block this port off on the front cover, and then we're just going to have a nice J-tube that runs over there. So no out ungodly looking lines or anything like that. So I think everything's going to be really hidden, which you guys know that's what I like. So I think that's going to work out pretty well, actually. I'm pretty excited about it. All right, since we're right here, let's just go ahead and get our oil cooler hardware opened up and ready. I believe it takes 9 bolts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10, I'm sorry. like opening a pack of Pokemon cards. For you guys that don't know, I do collect Pokemon cards. So, if you thought you were watching some super cool guy, turns out I'm just a nerd with OCD that likes diesel trucks for some reason. Alrighty. Make sure everything looks nice and clean in this hole, this void. Get our screen pressed in here. Beautiful. Just like so. Alrighty. Just like that. Man, ain't them things just purty. All right. You guys think we should stab valve covers on before we close the video out? Just give you that last little bit, because I think I'm going to save all the fun stuff for another video. But I think we should. I think we should put valve covers on this thing just to give it that final assembled look, and then we'll make a separate video on all the really fun stuff, which I'm really excited about. But that'll be once she's back in the truck. So let's at least set valve covers on this thing and put a couple bolts in them. Man. Oh, then we're gonna look slick. So I'm just gonna run these bolts down just where they're kind of snug, because we are gonna be pulling them back off once we have the engine back in the truck, because I do want to go ahead and let this engine rest for a decent amount of time, and then once it's back in the truck, we'll go ahead and put a torque wrench back on all our 625s and make sure they're all still where I want them at. All right, guys, I know I've talked about this before, but since we're doing it right now, I want to go ahead and talk about it again. I cannot stress how badass those valve covers are. The reason I think they're so badass, and like my favorite part about them, is not only that they look just, chef's kiss, baby, but the fact that these guys went through and actually put the time and thought into making them work. We have all the bolt holes for the Fickum, so They have literally everything to make these valve covers work if you want to take them and put them on a stock truck. I had the Beans valve covers on the black and tan truck, which I loved. They were really, really nice pieces, and man, they did look good. But they literally put no thought into making it work for guys that want to keep, stuff, where it belongs on the truck. Not a race truck where it doesn't have glow plugs and you have to relocate the fickum, which that's not that big a deal. But, then you're looking at having to buy a van harness or extend your own harness. A lot of people aren't going to swing for that. They're just looking for something pretty. These guys at GNR, mad props to them for actually sitting down and putting the thought into making them work. Like I said before, got the bolts for the fickum brackets, which they include all the brackets for the fickum up here, even went as far as making this beveled in and having a short bolt right there for the injector harness to clear. Literally everything that you guys could think of. They include bolts for your dipsticks. That's another thing that the Beans covers do not include. You have to try and figure out your own way to mount your trans dipstick and your engine oil dipstick to those valve covers, which, not knocking the guys, I get it. It's meant for race trucks, but, maybe just spend a little bit extra time like these guys did, so it's more appealing to people. Same thing on this side. They have extra holes as well as a bracket for your glow plug control module, which is super sick. And then they also include an awesome billet crankcase breather that is baffled. So that's it. I mean, man, they really just put the effort in, and just can't thank those guys enough for actually going the distance for us 6-liter guys. I really appreciate those guys. So they include literally everything, long bolts. I mean, I don't know if you guys saw where I opened this, but I mean, it's got literally everything, all your brackets, all your bushings. I mean, all your extra bolts for your dipsticks. There's our baffled crankcase breather as well as your engine oil fill. I mean, they went the distance, and I appreciate those guys because I really, really like these pieces. They are slick. I mean, you can't tell me that just make you smile. That makes me smile. Maybe it's just because it's mine. I don't know. But like I said, thanks to those guys. I love this stuff. I'm really, really excited to run these because, like I said, keeping everything where it belongs. My black and tan truck, the fickum was in the passenger airbag compartment, and we deleted the glow plugs off of it. And I don't know, where we're running AC on this thing, we're keeping it nice. We're keeping it a full-blown street truck, guys. Keeping AC, keeping all that good stuff. This thing is going to be a street monster. Talking 4 digits on the street and still being able to drive the truck. I'm so excited, guys. So excited. But I think that is honestly where I am going to close this video up. I'm going to save all the fun stuff for another video. All the really, really cool fun stuff. We're gonna do a separate video on that. Turbos. I'm just pumped up. We are going to have a lot of fun in the next following videos working on the Harley truck, guys. Like I said, disregard the oil pan. I'm going to save that also for the next video because it does pertain to the compound kit. So kind of keeping that involved with one video. This is kind of just more of our engine assembly. Just, oh my God, what an absolute unit. Real quick, before we close this video out, guys, like I said, I cannot thank my team, you guys, like literally everybody in my life. I am just beyond blessed to have. Randy, like all my guys, my team, like they kill it every single time. And I love doing this stuff, guys. Thank you for taking me on this journey. Thank you for being a part of it. Thank you for watching my videos. If you guys go and buy our merchandise, you wear a t-shirt, like you guys are the MVPs. Like, wouldn't be able to do it without you guys. I love you so much, and stay tuned for the next video because it's going to be awesome. We're going to be stabbing it in the truck. We're going to be putting our compounds on. Just going to be a good time. The next following videos are going to rock. One last look before we close her out here. I'm just beyond happy with how it turned out. The valve cover is really just tied all together. All our ARP hardware. Even on the starter. Beautiful. Turned out absolutely awesome, guys. Pretty slick, if I do say so myself. All right, that's it. I'm going to wrap it up. Stay tuned for the next video. It's going to be awesome. I love you guys. Thank you guys so, so much. I can't stress how much I appreciate every single one of you guys. I'll see you on the next video. Bye.